And we are back again, and Adventure Blur is here. So, for this video, I wanted to do something similar to my Splatoon video again. But, unlike Splatoon, I'm doing a game that's lore isn't in the game. ARMS. ARMS lore, most of it is on Twitter of all things. So this is going to be a very interesting video, but at the same time, I'm going to have fun with it. So, let's get started. First off, let me just say this is not going to be like some of my other continuity checks. Mostly because there really isn't much lore to go through, and most of it is just small connections here and there. What makes this fun is just the fact that those little tidbits we do have are both weird and hilarious. Think Sunken Scrolls without the crazy theories. Like the first one we're going to talk about, which is one of the many tweets that talks about the fighter's clothing. Yeah, ARMS has a thing for fashion. Who knew? Anyways, did you know that the company that made Ribbon Girl and Springman's gear is the same company? That isn't all that interesting, until you read the rest and realize that Ribbon Girl's gear is made to order. So you have Springman going to different stores and buying the brands that he likes, then you have Ribbon Girl just ordering it how she wants it. Price is probably not an issue for her, seeing as she is both a fighter and a singer. Which brings up the question, why is she fine to begin with? I mean, I get it, you have the ARMS ability, but if you're already doing great, do you really feel the need to beat up other people after every concert? I know this isn't the worst case of this type of situation. That award goes to Twintelle and whatever Helix is, but it still kind of bugs me. Now we know about how Ribbon Girl and Springman have preferred brands, well, Min Min doesn't care about loyalty to anything, or at least sportswear. Apparently Min Min's gear is all over the place when it comes to its brands, which, in her defense, is probably the best she could do. I mean, you can only afford but so many brands, or maybe all these brands are supporting her because they just like her. I mean, Min Min is a fan favorite character, so I wouldn't be surprised either way. Then you have Ninjara, who collects pins. For some reason though, they're all the exact same except for color. Could be another brand incident, or it could be the mascot for the Raisin Ninjutsu University, the college Ninjara goes to. Speaking of his college, according to the ARMS official website and stated in-game, winning the ARMS tournament is his senior project. It feels like a strange choice for a graded project, but he is studying ninjutsu, so I can see where they're coming from. Also on the ARMS website is a chart for the fighters, and Ninjara's is pretty interesting. According to the chart, Ninjara never talks, is great at using ninjutsu, and is incredibly fast. Sounds very familiar for a Sonic fan. I wonder if SBO studied at that college. And while we're still on the site, let's go through some of the other fighters' bios as well. Let's just get the strangest out of the way. Helix. According to his bio, he or it is 2 years old and is an experimental project from ARMS Laboratories and has the highest gross factor of any character I've ever heard of. I'm not even sure what to say except, what? Why Nintendo? Why? And why is gross factor even a thing? Is there a gross factor for every Nintendo character and Helix just broke the charts? I don't know. Then there's Kid Cobra, who is only in the ARMS tournament because he wants more views on his skateboard videos. Well, that's a good reason. That's actually all we know about Kid Cobra though. If you read some of his ARMS tweets, it mentioned how no one knows anything about Kid Cobra outside of his videos. Apparently he just showed up on the internet and started skateboarding. The last characters I want to talk about the bio of is Bite and Bark. If you read Bite and Bark's info, it mentions that their model number is K9000, so they're not the only one of their kind. The people at Buster Beach disagree though. Bite and Bark's description states that if they win the ARMS Grand Prix, who's going to patrol Buster Beach? Clearly they haven't thought of the fact that Bite and Bark are robots and they could just make a K10,000. Or just hire actual cops. That works too. Also, Bite and Bark have a bromance. I don't know what to add to that. We should probably get back to the tweets now. So here are some of the most tweeted ARMS facts that we can see. There are pictures of the different ARMS fighters during their downtime. Like this one of Min Min meeting her fans, and apparently being very nervous about it. Or this one of Max Brass and Master Mummy having an intense arm wrestle. Each one gives you a little bit more of the fighter's personality, which really helps when learning about the characters. We can see Mechanica working on her armor, Ninjara helping others in the college, and Master Mummy buying wrappings? All these fighters are different in their own unique ways, and these tweets really show it. Here's one about pretty much the origin of ARMS. According to the tweet, the ARMS ability has been around for thousands of years, and can even affect plants. And it mentions in another tweet that the ARMS ability only affects 1 out of 100,000 people, so it's a rare disease. In a later tweet, it says that someone will normally just wake up and have the ability around when they're in their teens. Unless if you're Helix, then it's when you're a toddler. Or Kid Cobra for that matter, he was born with the ability. It wasn't until about 120 years ago in the ARMS universe that they were able to control their arms. The way they control the power is from the mask they wear. The mask allows them to keep their arms in a spiral form, and when they take off the mask, their arms go back to normal. To make it easier for everyone, the ARMS League now gives out the mask for free to anyone who joins. So whenever Nintendo releases a new fighter, they're pretty much giving a new character their mask according to the lore. And letting people fight isn't the only thing that the ARMS League does. The ARMS League is also in charge of ARMS Laboratories. The ARMS Laboratories are the ones who create Helix, are responsible for creating the mask and researching the arms of the different fighters. Like it mentions how they've been researching Twintel's hair because it has the abilities of arms. And apparently they've also been trying to get Twintel's hair for research. And if you look at the game, you can see why. At the end of the ARMS Grand Prix, you'll have to fight and defeat Max Brass. After doing so, Headlock appears and attaches itself to Max Brass's head. Headlock uses the arms on his head to attack, just like Twintel. Seems like a coincidence, right? Well, when Headlock appears, he is known as the Secret Weapon, and the only group that we know of that researches arms is ARMS Labs. In fact, it's said that ARMS Labs created him, and that Headlock got out during an experiment. So, going by this, it looks like ARMS Labs is weaponizing arms. But why? I'm not sure. There isn't much to go on right now, but it does seem like Nintendo has set up the game's lore perfectly for a sequel or more content. With everything pointing to ARMS Labs trying to recreate Twintel's abilities and make other fighters, it looks like they're planning on doing a lot more than just creating masks. And finally, as a bonus, here's some facts about Lola Pop, the newest fighter in the game. Lola Pop is in the ARMS tournament to get money to open a circus. Her hobbies are seeking applause and eating candy, and she can somehow inflate herself and bounce around the arena. Enough said. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a great time making it, so I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did, creating it. If you enjoyed this video, check out my Sonic Chaos video right here, which is about chaos. Or you can check out my Yoshi video right here, which is about, of course, Yoshi and how he could be related to Koopas. So this is Adventure Blur, and I will see you next time.